Hi Sagittarius, this is your love and relationship reading. Let's get right into it. At the bottom of the deck, I have the High Priest, or the Hierophant, sometimes known, in reverse. This is a sort of sacred vow of some sort, paired with the Two of Cups underneath, the idea of a kind of a lover's scene here. When the High Priest reverses, it tells me that there has been some sort of a departure, like this person here, from the norm. The High Priest in reverse, upright, it's always a very structured, very conservative, very traditional. It talks of a wedded union, or a sacrifice, like a kind of ritual sort of a union of two people. But when it reverses, it tells me that there is some going against the ordinary in your love life right now. Death card here is also telling me that for some, there has been a real break away from tradition or from a union of matrimony. So some of you may have decided against that idea, and I do see an ending of that whole chapter really. But we're going to clear up, we'll pull more cards as we go and figure things out. Right in the middle of the reading, I have the Fool card. The Fool card is the first card in the Tarot Major Arcana. So it talks about taking a leap of faith, a soul leap of faith, but it can be reckless. Crossing the Fool card, I've got the Knight of Cups in reverse, and this is where I see this recklessness starting to creep in. I see two things here. I have my aunt used to say this expression to me all the time, faint heart never won fair lady. And I do see that there is a hesitancy on your part, Sagittarius, or on the part of the person that you're dealing with, a hesitancy to take a chance on this relationship, a hesitancy to give this a brand new fresh start, indicated by the Fool card. Okay, so where is this hesitancy coming from? We're going to have to check, because deep down in this reading I see the Eight of Cups in reverse. So if you look at this figure upright, they're packing their bags and it looks like they're headed off into the night, into the abyss, into the great unknown. Okay, when it reverses, we see a fear of this, we see a fear of change, we see stagnation. So it's almost like we were out the door and then something brought us back in, something sucked us back in to where we were before. We'll clear it up and figure out what that's all about. But for me, sometimes the Eight of Cups in reverse, Eight of Cups upright is when we're moving away from something in order to find something more fulfilling in our life. And when it reverses, we've decided, let's give something a second chance around. I do have a lot of your energy coming through in this reading, Sagittarius. Knight of Wands is mutable fire. And I have the fabulous Wheel of Fortune coming up as I really, expect the unexpected when you see the Wheel of Fortune in a really big way. Jupiter is attached to this card, and Jupiter is Sagittarius's ruling planet. So I have your energy kind of picking up in leaps and bounds here as we move on and progress into the future coming up around you. For now, there's real hesitancy. Why is this person not making the move? Why are you not making the move? What's holding you back? There's a lot of holding back from taking a chance on perhaps a new beginning or something. I see a second chance coming around with somebody you've been with. This situation, High Priest in reverse, something that was supposed to be very structured, solid, conservative, or conforming, traditional, has turned itself on its head, and it's kind of become a little bit radical, unexpected, and breaking the mold. The Fool card is super radical. This is Uranus, and Uranus is actually in Taurus right now, which is the sign of that's associated with the High Priest. So let's think about Uranian energy. In astrology, it's really unpredictable, unexpected. It can be volatile and it can be liberating too. The Fool card is very liberating. So for some of you, this separation from this union, and I see somebody fleeing the bed, leaving their lover in the bed and saying, I gotta get the hell out of here quickly. That is this really quick turnaround on a relationship that seemed to have been very solid. But maybe some of you Sagittarius are just like, I don't really want to fit the traditional wedded role, or I don't want to really do it. I want to do it my way. I want to change things up and switch things up. Let's clear up some more. Looks like there was a tough decision for you recently. Two of Swords represents a kind of stalemate situation where we're not making any advances in our current relationship. It's reached some sort of a dead-end plateau and the communication has halted. That might not be such a bad thing, because the communication, Page of Swords in reverse, seems to have been very testy, not nice at all, very unpleasant, argumentative, belittling, maybe even bullyish, but the Page of Swords in reverse talks about unsettling communication and exposure of things. Knight of Wands is telling me that Sagittarius, you got to get your pep back in your step in a certain sense. We have the Knight of Cups in reverse, which is really, this is kind of, this is somebody who's half-assing it. This is somebody whose heart is not fully in it. There's some hesitancy there. But the Knight of Wands, mutable fire, your energy, and it's upright and it's in its full force. It's actually headed out the other way, if you see. It's going this way, leaving our reading. So we might be turning our back on the situation that's currently at play, and that might be even the advice of the Knight of Wands in this reading, but we're going to clear it up. Let me first brush through these. The Star card, stepping into beautiful energy, stepping into energy of healing, of optimism again. You see the world through a new lens now. You're starting to become, and this couldn't be more of an optimistic energy. And honestly, when these cards come up, really expect miracles to happen. It's wish fulfillment energy with these both cards. Wheel of Fortune, upward swing and turnaround of events. The Star card is telling me though, but before you seize the day and rise up to destiny as associated with the Wheel of Fortune, before you rise to your destiny at this time in love and relationships, there is some healing work to be done. The Star, pouring this beautiful water all around. Think about the healing energy of water. Even if you've been having a heavier day, people are stressing you out, triggering you, there's been some unpleasant, nasty conversations. Think about when you just have a shower and that cleansing, that water just cleansing away, and that healing property of water is sometimes like associated with the Star card here. We're going to clear it up before you are able to step up and rise to this great change that's about to happen for you. There is some healing that needs to be done so that you can fully grasp. The Wheel of Fortune is coming no matter what, but you want to be in the most optimal and advantageous place to seize this wonderful opportunity that's coming for you, Sagittarius. Somebody in your environment is doing very well financially. It could be the person you're dealing with. They're doing very well financially, but that seems to be all that they have time to focus on at the moment. Here they are in their really nice office space, I'm imagining, you know, they have their pet bird, and that's probably who they're talking to, parroting themselves, going back and forward, not really reaching out to anybody else, not being very social, kind of all up in their own head, and very much focused on their own financial stability, it seems, at the moment. That's not always a bad thing at all. That could be great, but we'll see why that is coming up. Okay, so then we have 7 wands here. It seems like you're very afraid of speaking your truth to this person. Think of these 7 wands as kind of almost combative, and you're trying to, okay, so we have a light energy here. We have so many hands coming in. We have a light here, and I think that light is your truth, like your essence, okay? And you want to illuminate that, but you want to speak your truth, but you're constantly aware of all these hands coming in. They look like they're almost throwing punches. They look like they're trying to knock you back down. So it's this kind of energy of having to keep persisting just to fight for what it is that you want in this relationship. We're going to clear it up. Wheel of Fortune, we've touched on this. It's a card of upward swing in events, things changing, things moving along. Let's clear some cards up, Sagittarius. First of all, I would like to look at the 8 of Cups in reverse. So it's kind of like, this is in a subconscious level of your reading. You've decided to give something another go. And if you haven't decided to give something another go, Sagittarius, it's like a feeling of stagnation where you are in your current relationship. You kind of feel like it's a little bit boring. You feel like it's not moving, it's not growing, it's not evolving. You're kind of just in a bit of a lull in your relationship. Let's look at the 8 of Cups in reverse for another message coming through. The Moon card and the Ace of Cups at the bottom of the deck. This was true love, okay? So there was a deep sense of alignment with this person. And that's very much why you possibly decided to give this cup here one more chance, or another chance, second chance, whatever it may be, because it feels so real to you. Felt like such a true love. At one point, this love, and maybe it still is, was honestly super uplifting like this. It almost gave you wings to soar, okay? It's still there, but it's buried. The Moon card is telling me there's a lot of uncertainty and fear around this situation now. You could have been dealing with a Pisces at this time, Sagittarius. We have this Moon here, of course, and then we do have a Moon in the 8 of Cups too. The moon is our intuition, and it's our feeling, and it's our feeling of security, and in a relationship that may have been missing, a feeling of the moon in a relationship, really, if your moon signs don't sync up, it can be more difficult to live with each other, because the moon is really attached to the 4th house in astrology, which is home and where we put our roots down and where we're coming from. And so it's a home and living situation. There may have been another chance at giving this home and living situation another try, and I feel like there was a compatibility there in the home and living situation. When you lived together, it was fine. When something changed, that might have been when there was some problems coming up. The moon card is just saying that there is so much unknown about this still for you, and what went down. The moon card with the 8 of Cups in reverse tells me that with this aligned love affair that you had or still have, it was true love, it is true love, but there is still a lot of fear around what's happening next. The moon card talks about surrendering to the unknown because we have no choice sometimes, and that's what I'm seeing for you, Sagittarius. This might have happened a long time ago, it might have happened a week ago, but it's still there. Now, this is something from the more recent past, and it talks to me about some sort of a kind of dead end with somebody communicatively. And you've maybe you're struggling to see this clearly, you're struggling to trust your intuition. If you can see this card, we actually do have a crescent moon here for intuition and a blindfold on the figure here. So not seeing our intuition, okay? So let's see. Okay, I'm going to pull a card for this 2 of Swords, and we've got the 10 of Pentacles. This could have been somebody that was very close to your family, that you're very close to their family, that you even work together, have a business together, planned on a legacy together, planned on grandchildren to be in your life, even like you planned for the whole distance. And there seems to have been some sort of a kind of, I think actually this miscommunication or dead end or some sort of an issue has come down to money matters and who owes who what. And if it isn't money, think of money as just another energetic frequency or an energy exchange. So it could have come down to money matters, basically. So I'll keep going and clear up a couple more cards. So let's have a look at this hesitancy around you trying to take a chance and following your heart, or there is this sort of a faint heart, never won fair lady situation coming up where there is an option to take a chance and it's risky and kind of reckless. You may think something is really holding you back though. Let's have a look at what that is. Six of Wands, okay, the Chariot. Both of these cards are really good omens for success together. They talk about kind of a natural progression towards victory, and when we're just ready to do it, when we feel like we've nurtured ourselves, nurtured the relationship, and it's all about taking something to the next level. So there is that hesitancy there on your part, on their part, to take something to the next level. Yeah, it's wishy-washy, it's not committal. This person that you're dealing with, the Six of Wands and the Knight of Cups in reverse, could be quite narcissistic or pretty vain. I'm seeing a lot of vanity here in the center of the reading. Ace of Swords in reverse. And if that's the case and that's ringing true for you and that's sounding like, yeah, maybe that's me, maybe that's them, you haven't been able to see that until very recently, I don't think, and you never saw that side of them. Okay, so we're going to be stepping into a period of healing now in the Star card, and this is going to be very well welcomed by you. It's going to be actually really necessary for you to fully grasp the opportunities that are coming up for you in the Wheel of Fortune. So let's see what healing needs to be done, what's coming through with the Star card. King of Wands. Well, if you're single, Sagittarius, get yourself out there. Three of Cups, and ooh, yeah, look, they're stripped down here. Get yourself a King of Wands, maybe, I don't know, but you know, find another cute fire sign like yourself, or maybe something like that. Maybe the healing comes with kind of getting to know another person and flowing with them. But overall, look at your successes, Sagittarius. That's how you're going to heal, through your own empowerment and getting yourself out there and being social with friends, having a good time. Let your hair down, Sagittarius. Finally, we will close this reading with one more card to tell you what is coming through in this exciting Wheel of Fortune energy that's coming up. Wheel of Fortune, what can Sagittarius expect? It's looking pretty lucky. Knight of Coins, but it may take a while to totally fulfill itself. 10 of Wands at the bottom of the deck is Saturn and Sagittarius, and this talks about burdensome energy that's quite heavy. Together, both of these cards represent something that goes the distance but takes its time to do so. So you might meet somebody, you might see an opportunity and you want to go for it, but understand that it is going to take a little bit more time to manifest into completion. So don't dismiss anything right off the bat. See how things go. It's going to take some time, but this new opportunity it's going to unfold in a really gradual, enduring way. Thank you, Sagittarius. Speak soon.